Okay, and up close and personal, here is a tomato plant that I purchased. It's grown about 6 inches and it needs to be planted. It's actually overdue. Here's one that I grew from seed. This is a special heirloom that Bonnie plants put out this year. I'll have it in the show notes if I can find the tag. I know it's down there, but I don't think it says it. This is one that I planted, and it is an Amish paste. I'm not sure why it's so pale. It did a lot better when it was under the grow light. This is a pepper plant, also a Bonnie plant, and it has to be potted up this week. This is a second tomato plant that I bought. And there's some green beans that are in there that I actually planted from seed. I see some flowers coming. This is an impatient plant. I bought 4 little impatient plants, and I put it in a really pretty pot. This is a mandevilla, which was filled with pink flowers when I purchased it. Flowers all fell off when I put it out on the porch, but it's growing lots and lots of new runners and has lots of new growth. In this pot over here, I have a peony plant that's just below the surface but has not come up yet this year for some reason. These plants I did myself. I bought $1 petunias, and then I just potted them up with some filler plants. So I think there was 4 or 5 in there, and then a couple of geraniums and a couple in there. These are cucumber plants that I grew from seed. I'm growing more beans, but that's not going to work because today this cucumber plant actually strangled a bean plant that was in there. Set out these tendrils, strangled it 3 times, broke it off. And there's another cucumber. We got some basil right there. First I thought it was spinach because that's what the packet said. Nope, it's basil. I just planted my Lady Alnwick rose from David Austin. I had to replace one because one arrived dead. There's a tree that we've been growing since it was just a little itty bitty little sapling, and it's done 3 winters I believe, and it's doing great. Another David Austin rose that arrived in a 2-quart container with foliage. We planted it, and it's doing great. There's the first Lady Alnwick that I got from David Austin, and that is doing great as well. With a rosemary plant that I bought as a starter, lavender I bought as a starter. I made this up, 3 or 4 $1 pots of little petunias, and I don't know what this is called, but filled it in with that. I have some English thyme that needs to be planted up because it's going crazy. Dahlias, both purchased from a local gardener. These are my tomatoes from seed. Probably aren't going to do too well this year because they were about 3 weeks behind being seeded up. Here's some bee balm. And here's some more pots that I did. That was at least 4 petunias, 2 geraniums, and this is 2 plants from Bonnie plants of lavender. So it's the kind that I like the best. The big heads of flowers on it. Bees are already up here looking at it. And then last but not least, I've got a pot over here of purple petunias that I also potted up, and I used about 6 of the purple petunias for $1 a piece. We got jam and water for our finches, and that's it for the container garden. Up close and personal look.